Hi friends, Allison here, stopping in to share some inspiration with you for Scrapbook Nerd. It is theme week this week at Scrapbook Nerd, and so I'm creating a layout based on the sketch that was provided. It is a double page sketch this week, but rather than using both pages, I was inspired by the second page or the right-hand page of the double page layout. So what I'm going to end up doing is adhering strips of paper to the left-hand side of the layout. I'm going to give the sketch a quarter turn clockwise. And then I'm going to layer my photos over top of the strips. You see me playing with them right now, just trying to get the placement kind of where I like it. I'm going to add the photos on angles, so it gives it some movement and just adds some whimsy to the page. And where the journaling would have been in the original sketch, I'm going to add my title, and where the rest of the photos would have been on the right-hand page is actually going to be reserved for some journaling. I will include a picture of the sketch, or you can find it on the Scrapbook Nerd Facebook page in the group. I'll leave the link for that. That's what I was trying to say. In the description box down below this video, so you can go check that out. And also I will leave the link to the shop so that you can pick up these products as well. I'm using Heidi Swapp Storyline Chapters to create this layout, and I will be using obviously some of the cardstock from the paper pad and stickers and some of the ephemera as well. There are some Cricut die cuts in this layout. The little rainbow scallop brown paper that you see was actually what inspired this layout to begin with. It reminded me of the rainbow paper that comes from the paper pad. And so I ran with it, paired the two together. And even though most of it is hidden behind the photos, there's a little bit of it peeking out at the very bottom. It's a match made in heaven. I think it was perfect. So there you can see the pictures are all askew on the left-hand side of the page. I also die cut some little daisies using cardstock from the paper pad as well. I'm just going to adhere the centers of them together. I think just in a minute here. I added one of the stickers from the paper pad next to the photos, and I'm looking at using another sticker from the paper pad to layer over top of it. In the end, I actually take a larger heart and attach it to a scrap piece of white paper, cut it out, and then use a foam square to add it over top of the heart that's there, so it doesn't get lost between the title and then the daisies that are layered around it. And then I put the arrow that I was just playing with over top of that at the end, but you'll see that at the end of the video. So right now, because I have the daisies put together and adhered around the circle where I wanted them, I'm going to attach the title. And I'm using my little cheat here with the paper that it was cut from, just to keep everything straight and evenly spaced. I like using washi tape to adhere it because the tape is repositionable and doesn't wreck the paper at all. It's easy to put on and take off and move around as you need to. So after I have the title adhered, which by the way was cut from cardstock from the paper pad as well, just FYI. Now I will finish adhering the daisies to the layout. The rest of the daisies are going to be adhered with some foam squares, and then I'll use my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere the leaves to the layout. Some of them will have 2 leaves, the rest have just 1. And to me, you can't have flowers without leaves. So I cut those from my Cricut as well. I added the acetate or the vellum butterfly to the top too. I think it was the perfect little addition. On a whim, I picked it up and laid it on there, and I thought it looked perfect. So I used my Tombow Mono to adhere that, and then I took one of the ephemera tags from the pack and layered it to the next to the middle photo, which brings a little bit more attention to that as well. Here's the heart that I had mentioned earlier that I attached to scrap paper. I'm going to fussy cut that out and then attach that to the sticker circle next to the bottom photo and the title with a foam square, and then there's going to be a little arrow that I pop on top of that. Pretty well, this layout is done. Like, it's so simple, but so pretty. I'm just going to add some lines for my journaling. I usually do that with pencil and a straight edge ruler first, and then I go back and do my writing with a pen, and then cover up the lines with the pen after I'm done journaling, and then erase anything that peeks out from beneath that. On a whim, I decide to add some Pink Fresh Studio enamel dots that I had left over, and I think I used the yellow ones. I had some yellow ones left over, so I'll sprinkle those around the page just a little bit. I'll add the date with my date stamp, and that brings me to the end of this layout. There are some close-ups at the end of this video, so if you made it this far, make sure you stick around until the end so you can see the close-ups. And I really appreciate you joining me today and spending some time with me. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and a like if you enjoyed it and it inspired you. Leave a comment if you feel so inclined to, and I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.